on in. This is like a wedding. So if you're here to hear Matthew, sit over there. If you're here to hear me, sit over there. No, you can sit together. Comic Spot was started because this crazy Army veteran wants to vet out veterans of comedy. And in my particular book, if you're in comedy and you didn't quit yet, you're a veteran. You might not be a veteran of 30 or 40 years, but every single day you could decide to quit. It's a tough road. So we have Matthew here to talk about the road he's been on in his comedy. And I'm going to read you the intro that he sent to me. He says, well, hello, I am a young buck that's new to the comedy scene. See, he's honest, right? I like honesty. I started about 3 months ago, and this was like a month and a half ago, making me one of the few comedians to have started during this COVID pandemic. Wow. Most would describe me as a very self-aware person, and you're aware of how you need to improve. So he's humble too. Top 3 accomplishments that I asked him for? Well, that is harder to qualify based on how I'm starting out. I've never done a live show, but I have attended hundreds of virtual open mics in the past months. I go to at least once or twice a day, he goes to them. I've never needed to be at a comedy club, but I have personally connected with comedians all over the US, including comedians like one of my favorites from Portland, Oregon, Mohamed El-Sheikhy, and Subha Agarwal. Gee, I probably messed that up. Finally, I have already established good relations with many hosts, including Don Barris, who has opened up for Andrew Dice Clay. Oh my gosh, this guy knows how to network. We're going to find out how he communicates with a little old lady who's an Army veteran. Let's give it up for Matthew Swaykus. Woo! Hi, welcome.
Hello.
Hi, welcome. Thanks for taking time to come back. The first time we had to get off the phone because there was technical stuff going on in the world, but we're back and I get to hear all about your amazing life. Tell me how you started being funny. When was the very first time that funny appeared in your life?
Well, I mean, I've always been sort of I've never been like the funniest person in my family, and I've always like had that sort of energy or whatever. Like, yeah. I've always wanted to be funny, especially in public, but like because it's sort of like a way to get attention, and I didn't really get a lot of that growing up because like it's not like my parents abused me or anything. No. Like, nah. Well, they put me in a closet at night, you know. Like, the
that was thoughtful of them.
There was Papa Broom and Mommy Mop, you know. Like, no, it's basically, you know, I grew up in a family of like 4 kids, all around the same age. Like, my mom just was a baby factory, just popping them out.
Were you the youngest, oldest, or in the middle somewhere?
I'm in the middle, second youngest.
Nice. So
yeah.
What kind of spread is there in ages of your siblings?
Well, we're very, very close in age. Like, you know, I'm currently 20. I just turned. This is my birthday.
That's right. Happy birthday. Woo! Pandemic birthdays in the house. Good Lord.
Yeah. Well, like, you know, it's my birthday. I'm 20. My brother, my oldest brother is 20. I want to say 23. My older sister is 21. Not 21, 22. My younger brother is 18.
Wow, that is very close for 4. So yeah. Have they all decided to be comedians too, or were you the one that was the funny one?
I guess like they're all funny, but like, well, some more than others. Others are like nerds or want to. I'm gonna go to D&D, you know, like I'm gonna play with my action figures, but you know, some of us are introverts. The others that are extroverts, like they could have been comedians, but they were like, we need money.
What is it exactly that made you go and do comedy, Matthew?
Well, a lot of people have told me, like, you know, you should try it out, like go to an open mic or something, and a lot of people are willing to drive me there. And like, you know, and I had finally worked up the nerve and like done enough stuff over in school because I'm in college, to like be able to say, yeah, no, let's go. I can try stuff out. I have stuff about wet floor signs.
Can you move the phone a little so it gets the bottom half of your face?
Oh, okay. Sorry.
There. What a gorgeous face you have. Now it froze up on me. Okay. There we go. Thank you. So what were you saying when I interrupted you for technical crap?
It's fine. It says my internet's unstable, just like so. You know, it's basically I was saying like I finally worked up the nerve to go in person, and then the pandemic hit. I tried.
It might be your fault that we got the pandemic then.
Maybe.
If only you wouldn't have done that.
Another one of my friends I've connected with, he lives in New York, but he says like, you know, when he divorced, the pandemic happened. So he's just like telling his ex-wife, like, baby, come back.
Is he a comedian?
Yeah, he is. He's also a photographer, but you know,
there's a single photographer in New York that's a comedian. That's a Match.com profile.
Yeah.
Right? Wait till that hits the internet. I'm being silly. Did you freeze up on me again? You're not supposed to freeze up, Matthew. Might be on my end. So what's the funniest thing you've seen happen in the pandemic?
I've been to a lot of open mics, so it's kind of hard. Like, you know, the funniest thing would probably not be something like a joke I've heard. It's more probably just something that happened. So like at an open mic, like I go to one, I used to frequent one called Couch's Comedy Club. They're doing in-person shows now, so it's kind of hard to do any of that. It's like, you betrayed us, but I'm in Texas, so I'm very far away. But there was a guy that no joke, his one bit that he did, he says, oh, it's a killer bit. He stuck a whole Q-tip up its nose. And like he was like making all these like horrible noises the entire time, and we're just like terrified. And like after that, like everybody had to address that, just like this post-traumatic stress disorder that we got. It's like, why
I was watching an open mic and somebody took a mask and put it on their bottom and pretended to have a poop for the rest of their set, made noises like they were pooping that was their set.
Why?
Thank you. Please.
I don't understand.
I guess people don't take the Zoom comedy serious.
No, like I've seen people just like go in the background and just like juggle a soccer ball or something with their feet or whatever, and it's like, this is a metaphor for capitalism. I'm like, this is a video of what we used to do outside. Kill us.
So you've gone on a bunch of open mics on Zoom, but you haven't gone on stage in a club to do a mic or a show, correct?
Nope.
Wow. So how scared are you or excited are you to go do it?
I'm very scared because my family actually got it from like my sister going out one time with her friends.
Holy Toledo. Please don't freeze up on me. Please come back, Matthew. There you are.
Yeah, let
So
me see.
somebody in your family got COVID from going out one time?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Your sister,
Yes.
is she alive?
Yeah, she luckily no hospitalizations, nothing like that.
Oh, good. Good. Thank God. I'm sorry to hear that. So when the world, I don't know when the clubs are going to open up around you, Matthew, but when they do and you feel safe, let's say today it's safe to go out, which it's not probably, but let's say it is, and you go to clubs, just the fear of going in a real club on a real stage instead of Zoom, how scared are you to do that?
I'm terrified. Like, I mean, I people are gonna look at me and be like, uh, is this High School Musical? Like, what?
Okay, Facebook. We tried. We got 13 minutes out there, and then we got a couple of tries that went nowhere. And now this is the wrap up. So if you're just coming in, go back to the last 13-minute video with this adorable young comic here. He's young in age. He's never been on a live stage, but he has networked and met people in the biz. You can hear about it on the actual 13-minute video. I'm going to go about 5 more minutes here doing a wrap up. That's very important. Now, one of the things Matthew Swaykus told me is that he's never been on a live stage, but he did Zoom shows. So how did those go for you?
Oh, they went terrible.
Good. That's good. Then you're learning. So that's great.
Yeah. Like, there's only been times where like I think I've done pretty well, and it's like, oh no, the host was just being nice to me. One I can see the reaction of, but that's just how it goes, and
Yes.
you just have to take it and just learn from it, I guess. And I've talked to different people that are actually good at comedy, and like, you suck. Or you have good stuff, but you just need to deliver it,
Yes.
So
like there's people who start out and they've done improv and acting and they get on stage and they can deliver, but they got no material.
Yeah.
Then you got other people like you've got material. You just need to figure out what lane you're going to be in doing the delivery.
Mm-hmm.
So at least you got the material, because it sucks watching somebody who delivers nothing. I would rather see somebody not know how to deliver really well written stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So kudos on that.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a big start. And it takes people, just enjoy this ride. Some people get it right out of the gate, and others can go 10 years before they figure out who they are on stage. So just relish every minute that you can, because it's a ride, So, yeah. So do you have people that have been watching you and giving you feedback, specific feedback?
Yeah, actually, I've made a lot of friends, mostly mostly not in my neighborhood, because it's the COVID thing, and like I found clubs like all over. So technically, I performed all over.
Totally, you've been around the country.
Exactly.
Probably the world. Have you done out of the country?
Oh yeah, actually, I've done one in Tokyo, and like I've done a workshop with like different people from located in Japan, India. I've done a lot of different things.
What topics do you cover in your set?
Oh, I usually cover my life, which is it's a bit hard right now because like right now I have to look for topical things. Like, I joke about how like I look so young that like I can't think of anything like.
That's okay.
But like I look like I probably belong in the Magic School Bus, or like like you would see me on a poster for what was that show, like Kids Rock, Schoolhouse Rock. So yeah, I'd probably be like the figure 8 girl, just like all grown up.
That's
yeah,
cool.
But like it's just different things like that, and like it's hard to joke about other things about my life, especially like different things about race, because like there's different. It's just different when like my family never raised me to see race.
Good for them.
For the longest time, I thought my dad was black. Like, but it's kind of hard to like register that off of this like very Aryan looking face. Like, it looks like I'm giving out like a Hitler speech, just like, well, I thought my dad was black. Turns out we're just the master race, Like, it doesn't come across well.
That's funny.
But it's also like I don't date like white girls that much. Like, I primarily dated women of color.
Okay.
And it's not like a fetish thing. It's more just like that's just what I like. And I like their personalities, but turns out I've discovered like I like looking at their personalities clearly and like judging them like based on like all the stereotypes or what other people in that group would say, like, oh, this is real or whatever. One could argue I just like dating white girls with melanin. 'Cause all these women are like, they do a lot of white girl stuff. Like, they love Instagram. They love things. They love being surprised and scared. Like, that's white people stuff. We usually pay to be surprised and scared because like that never happens for us.
Oh, that's some good stuff.
Yeah, it's just like I need to like come up with the like equation to try it and like say it in my way, and it doesn't come across as like offensive to anybody.
Yes. Yes. I think you're accomplishing that already. I can tell that you're not offensive. You're not coming across like racist or prejudiced in any way. It's more like you're throwing yourself under the bus.
Well, I mean, I'm talking to one person, and other
Right.
people like everybody has like their own opinion or their own outlook on things. Like, I remember one of my friends told a joke about like Kool-Aid, and the host of that show just called her out on it, said like, no, you can't joke about that, and like was naming all the different things, especially because like it was after George Floyd, so like tensions were high,
Yes.
so like it was just like, it's horrible timing. Why would you say that?
Yes.
I don't know. It's and I don't have a lot of life experience right now because I'm a youngin. Yeah.
That's right.
I haven't even gone out of college yet. I don't think you're interesting until at least like 30.
Ah.
Have like some stories. Like,
that would be funny
drop
to
a
say.
pencil.
That would be funny to say on stage, like, I don't even know why I'm doing comedy. I don't think you're even interesting till you're 30.
Yeah.
Say that.
I said something along those lines, but yes, that's just what I think. Like, I'm young and not that interesting. Like, I'm a white straight man in America. I have it pretty well. Like,
Totally. That'd be funny to say too. I don't, what am I going to do? Complain? What am I going to? I'm white. I'm 30 and I'm in America. I've got no problems. My problem is I don't have any I can't suffer. It's hard for me to relate to people that suffer. I mean, I'm suffering because I can't suffer.
yeah, to an extent. I mean, it's hard for other people to relate because it's like, no problems, motherfucker. No problem.
I'll give you one. I'll give you another. I can be a 5.
You're giving me problems, man. Me problems.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I want to ask you before we go, because I should wrap it up. I have another interview to go to, Matthew. You've been so patient with this nonsense with the computer. And the last time we were on, we had to hang up because of something else that was over on your end. So we're even, right? Are we even? Oh, cool. So I have to sleep tonight. I don't feel like I screwed you out of anything. So that was figurative, not literal. So let me ask you this. Where in the world, on the World Wide Web, do you want people to go see you? Do you have a Netflix special yet? Check that off. Okay. Are you on Dry Bar Comedy yet?
Significantly, I mean, they're kind of about the same in performance, but like, I you can check me out on Instagram. I'm usually going live there, or check out the Zoom shows. Like if you know this platform called Displaced Comedians, there are usually a lot of open mics. The best way to see me is probably on Instagram though, because that it's open to everybody. You don't have to check with the owner or something. And it's usually
that's Matthew Swaykus on Instagram, right?
it's MattSwayComedy. So I made it easier for people because a lot of people look at my last name like, what is this, a Sudoku puzzle? You know?
That's funny. It's abbreviated to Matt, abbreviated to Sway, but then comedy is the whole thing. MattSwayComedy.
If I just say come, it's just like, what? Come? What? Camera? Is it a photographer? You know?
You don't want the wrong kind of people looking in. So
exactly.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your being here, and I want an update. Now, when does your city open up so you'll be out at a comedy club?
Hopefully Texas will recover. Because like we're sending out ice trucks for all the bodies and stuff, which fun, you know? Like
Totally.
It's like I always wanted to live in a freezer after I die, you know.
Everybody's dream. First of all, living in Texas is a dream, and then going out in a nice truck, who wouldn't want that? You know, especially in the summertime. Not a bad way to go.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you put the body on ice and then you put it over the coals, you know. It's just like
So you're gonna tell me when you go and do a real live show in person, and you're gonna come back on here and tell me how it went.
I will, and it probably will go along lines of "No one laughed at me."
Oh my gosh! So, will you let me know when you're going to be on a show so I can come and watch you? I would love to support you at one of those displaced thingamajiggies. Can you next time you have one you're going to at night, like 8 your time or 9 your time, so I can be done with interviews and watch you? Let me know. Tag me in it, okay?
Okay.
Super. I'd love to try to make it out and watch you. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for all your patience and coming on today. And I wish you the very best. You gotta keep me updated as you like climb the ladder. You've got people in the biz that are behind you, giving you tips that you've met, and I know that your career will start going places. So like whenever you want to come promote anything, come on once a month, and like every other month, let me know an update, and let's get on here and tell people they're going to want to know how you're doing. This is interesting because you did it in the pandemic and you've never been on a real stage, so they're going to want to follow you.
Mm-hmm.
So go get them, Matthew Swaykus.
These are looking for a comedian. Like everyone wants to say, oh, so he's never done anything. Okay, sure.
Let's follow this guy. Let's watch him suck really badly. That'll make us feel good about ourselves.
Yeah, it's just like someone saying, like, well, you know, he's technically a plumber. Like, he's seen his dad do it, but like, let's make him in the gutters and fall off a ladder, you know? Just...
All right. Well, you go have fun, and I'm going to be following your comedy career. I guarantee you that.
Thank you so much, Linda.
Thank you, Matthew. Love you lots.
Everybody's talking